we have recently discovered in the final days of the transition, and it wasn't until the final days we got the kind of cooperation we needed, that once we arrived, the vaccine program is in worse shape than we anticipated or expected. A lot of you who follow this, and nobody is, I mean this sincerely, the press is the smartest group of people in town. You hone this stuff down clearly. I think you found the same thing. Even before I took office, I announced a new vaccination strategy, which centers on federal leadership and execution for our whole country. And that's why I directed my COVID team to go to work immediately on how we could step up the vaccination effort and the vaccinations. I'm pleased to announce the first progress in that work today on day 7 of my presidency. First, after review of the current vaccine supply and manufacturing plans, I can announce that we will increase overall weekly vaccination distributions to states, tribes, and territories from 8.6 million doses to a minimum of 10 million doses. Starting next week, that's an increase of 1.4 million doses per week. And you all know, if I may note parenthetically, you all know that the vaccines are distributed to states based on population. They're based on population. And so the smaller the state, the less vaccine, the bigger the state, the more they get. And so this is going to allow millions of more Americans to get vaccinated sooner than previously anticipated. We've got a long way to go, though. The second thing, we're increasing the transparency with states, cities, and tribes and local partners when it comes to the vaccine supply. This is something we've heard over and over again from both Democrats and Republicans, state and local leaders, that they need a plan in order to they need to know what they have to plan on. They need to know what the order is going to be. Jeff had a meeting with the governors on Zoom and others, and I think we're getting this coordinated in a way that there's increased cooperation and confidence. But until now, we've had to guess how much vaccine to expect for the next week, and that's what the governors had to do. How much am I getting next week? This is unacceptable. The lives are at stake here. From this week forward, God willing, we'll ensure that states, tribes, and territories will now always have a reliable 3-week forecast on what the supply they're going to get. So they'll know 3 weeks ahead of time what's going to be there in the 3rd week. This is going to help make sure governors, mayors, and local leaders have greater certainty around supply so they can carry out their plans to vaccinate as many people as possible. So we will both increase the supply in the short term by more than 15% and give our states and local partners more certainty about when the deliveries will arrive. These 2 steps are going to help increase our prospects of hitting or exceeding, God willing, the ambitious goal of 100 million shots in 100 days.